Hi, hello everyone, it's me. I'm here back to talk about stuff and things in Eagles football. Last week got a bit out of hand. I know I was behind. Didn't get my weekly picks video out. Didn't get my Saints preview video out. That is my bad. Last week got kind of hectic, so I was first week working from home last week, and I don't know, things just got a little hectic. Lots of meetings, lots of stuff going on. Excuse me. But I'm here today. I'm in the office, as you can probably see. I was supposed to come back into the office on Friday, but I didn't, because I was going to record Saints preview on my break on Friday. But I didn't end up coming back in here. So I had an interview with one of the local partners, not for a new job, just about my job. I had that on Friday. And I mean, I took a break on Friday, but I don't know, it just got away from me, and I never ended up getting around to doing this. So I tweeted my weekly picks. So for anybody that cares, they were up there somewhere in that bevy of tweets that I put up on Sunday. Sunday was interesting, and before I even get into the Eagles game, I watched Kansas City, Miami, which I ended up turning off for a bit. I went and took a walk around my neighborhood, took a walk back to the creek. I don't know, Sunday was a super nice day, and I was just like, it was like 28-10, I think. And I was like, oh, the Chiefs are probably going to win this because it's the Chiefs and it's what they do. What the hell? I want to go take a walk before the Eagles game starts. Because, then I wouldn't have gotten outside after that because it's going to be dark. But I came back and watched the rest of the Chiefs game. And I came back, turned the score on, and I was like, oh my God, what the heck? The Dolphins brought this back. So then I watched Eagles Saints, obviously, and then I watched Bills Steelers, which went exactly how I thought it was going to go. GG's Bills, 10-win season. Pittsburgh, man, I had Pittsburgh called as frauds since like week 6. So it is what it is. Now, on to the main attraction for me, for you, for us, of Sunday. I could probably very easily rant about this game for a couple hours, but I've only got a half hour. I wish I was on like a nationally syndicated sports podcast. Can you imagine? Oh my God, I'd have way too much fun with that. Oh, where to start? All right, so I'll start here. Another solid, my math's messed up, another very solid performance turned in by Philly's defense. The difference was this go around, the offense actually held up their end of the bargain. I had this argument on Twitter with some guy last night who said, I don't care. This was post game. This is after the game was over. Who said, I don't care. I still want Jim Schwartz fired. He said, really? After that game? And he responded with, one game doesn't resolve years worth of issues. I said, okay. How about not one game? How about one season? The defense has had a couple very bad performances this year, but all in all, they've been pretty good, all things considered. The defense has single-handedly kept us in a lot of games this year. The difference is the offense wasn't holding up their end of the bargain. The defense this year, on multiple occasions, has played well enough to win. And the offense hasn't been able to close out. That being said, the offense was actually good enough to close out this week. On the other side of the ball, as in for the Saints, I know there's going to be a lot of people mad at Taysom Hill because they lost. And I think Saints fans have him on a pretty tight leash for some ungodly reason. Look, Taysom Hill yesterday was 28 of 38 for 291 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Now, the pick was costly, obviously. Picks are costly, no matter where they are and who they are thrown to or by. But a tick shy of 300 yards and 2 touchdowns for somebody who 4 weeks ago, most people around the NFL, hell, most Saints fans would have told you, oh, he can't throw the football. 302 touchdowns is not bad. It's not a bad gig. Especially considering your running backs together. Kamara was 11 rushes, 50 yards. Latavius Murray was like 4 rushes for like maybe 10 yards. For a team that has kind of shifted the last couple of years into this year in particular to be a power run football game, Kamara didn't quite show up yesterday. I mean, he was okay, but he wasn't great. Look, obviously Taysom Hill didn't play the best game in the entire world, but I don't know. If I'm a Saints fan, I wouldn't be mad at Taysom Hill, is what I'm saying. Who would I be mad at? I don't know. I don't know who I'd be mad at. Now, let's move on to what I'm sure will obviously be the main attraction. So Philly's quarterback situation. First start for Jalen Hurts. Was a win. He's undefeated as a starter, so maybe now he can turn into Tua or Chase Claypool and talk about how easy the NFL is. I'm just kidding. Please, God, don't actually do that, because that would make me actually hate you. So don't do that. I'm just when Tua said that a couple weeks ago. Oh, the NFL is much easier than I thought. Really? Stuff like that just grinds my gears. So, first start, it's a win for Jalen Hurts. Happy for him. If I sound a little bit stuffy, by the way, I'm getting over a head cold. It's not Rona. Chill. It's not Rona. It's just a little head cold. Little sinus drip that leads to a little bit of a stuffed up head, stuffed up nose. You know how it be. I'm usually good for 1 or 2 a year. So, Jalen Hurts, I was impressed. His numbers weren't, his passing numbers weren't blow you away necessarily, but that's not really the point. I wouldn't necessarily have expected them to be anyway. So, trying to figure out who that is. Just got out of the car. Is that? All right, well, never mind. So, now, trying to figure out how I want to go about this rant. One of the biggest things I was concerned, two of the biggest things I was concerned about coming into this game was that A, the play calling was going to change for Jalen Hurts from Coach Peterson. It did. ran the ball more. Jalen Hurts got rolled out a decent bit. For whatever reason, I don't know why, it just seemed like Peterson didn't want to play to Wentz's strengths. Why? I don't know. I can't say. As another argument I got on Twitter last night was, oh, what do you think, that the Eagles organization is conspired against Carson? I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm not saying it's that. Am I saying that Doug Peterson actively hates Carson Wentz? No, that's not what I'm saying. I don't know why. But if you watch last night's game and you watch the last 4 or 5 Eagles games, and you actually will sit there and tell me that the play calling did not change at all, then clearly we're not watching the same football games. I don't know what else to tell you. I really don't. So I don't know why. I don't know why the play calling changed. I don't know why the play calling wasn't better 4 or 5 weeks ago. I don't know. Am I saying there's some organization-wide conspiracy? No. That's not what I'm saying. But the play calling changed. The other thing I was terrified of, and this feeds into the whole conspiracy. No, I'm not saying it's a conspiracy. But the team as a whole played better yesterday. Now, it happens. Your team is playing bad, and a new quarterback comes in, and it's a spark. It ignites the offense. It happened earlier on in the season when the Bears sat Trubisky and brought in Foles. For a couple games, the Bears offense actually looked halfway decent. The defense was playing better. They won a couple more games down in that stretch. It happens. Why does it happen? I don't know. Could be anything. Could be various reasons. But that was the other thing I was kind of afraid of happening, was the team played better. The offensive line didn't give up any sacks. Now, here's the thing. Hurts was running quite a bit last night. And the one thing I will say, and I have said about Hurts, he's smaller and he's faster. So he's able to get away from pressure a little bit easier than Carson Wentz is. But the offensive line played, I thought, noticeably better. The receivers seemed like they were playing better. They were getting a little bit more separation. Jalen Reagor had a couple catches. Goddamn Alshon Jeffrey had a touchdown catch. I hate the feeling when you have to sneeze, but it just doesn't come out. It's annoying. All right. Alshon Jeffrey caught a goddamn touchdown pass last night. Whoever thought that we'd be seeing that again? Sanders had that 80, what was it? No, was it 80 something, 70 something? Whatever a yard touchdown. It was a huge touchdown run. Now, that's just simple blocking schemes. Good blocking on the outside. Ertz, great block on the outside that broke that run. The defense was playing well, but I'm not sure that's a Wentz-Hurts thing. The defense has not been terrible this year. I don't know. The team stepped up more, and I don't know. I don't know why. Does the team not like Wentz? I don't know. Or does the team? It's not a Wentz thing. They just like Hurts, and they want. Who knows? Now, Hurts looked calm in the huddle, calm in the pocket, confident, stepping up in the pocket, making his throws when he needed to make his throws. From everything I've understood from his teammates, he's very confident in practice when he's leading an offense. He has a lot of the intangibles that you look for in a good quarterback, and that is awesome. I am very happy for Jalen Hurts. However, this is my problem moving forward. Here you are, moving forward with a. This is the scenario that I was absolutely terrified of happening. Jalen Hurts is going to come in and play very well. Then what do you do? Let's say Hurts plays and wins. Let's say the Eagles go undefeated the rest of the season. Hurts wins every game. What do you do? What do you do? You have a rookie quarterback who has been starting and has been playing well and is developing well. And you have a franchise quarterback who, y'all can say what you want, but you have a franchise quarterback who still has, I think, all the talent in the world. His confidence is taking a knock. His mental ability is taking a bit of a knock. But you paid him $100 million plus. I think his cap hit for next year is like, if we cut him today, his cap hit for next year, I think it'd be like $23 million in dead cap money. They're not cutting Carson Wentz. It's just not going to happen. I mean, who does that? The only team I can think of that's done it recently was Chicago, I think, right? Did they cut Mike Glennon? Did they cut Mike Glennon a couple of years ago? Did they end up trading? No, I think they cut him. And I don't think his salary hit was not 20 plus million a year. I don't think it was that much. I think it was down in the teens somewhere. So, what do you do? If Hurts is playing that well, he's going to want to play, and I don't blame him. Wentz is going to want to play, obviously. Dude's a competitor. And you're paying him $20 plus million a year. What do you do? Are you going to try and trade him? Who's going to take him? It's going to have to be a team that, A, needs a quarterback, and honest to God, there's just not many of those going into next year. You're also going to need to find a team who has a ton of cap money to be able to bring on that contract. Name me a team that fits that bill, honestly. Tell me what teams going into next year are going to need a quarterback. Not the Jets. They're probably gonna go all in 16, take Trevor Lawrence in the first round with a first pick. They don't need a quarterback. They've got their eyes set on a quarterback. Excuse me. They're taking Trevor Lawrence. New England might need a quarterback if they decide they're done with Cam Newton. That's a possibility. Let's go through it all. Buffalo doesn't need one. Miami doesn't need one. New England, possibly. North. Baltimore doesn't need one. Cincinnati, they're not going to give up. I don't think Burrow will be ready to go at the start of the season, but they're not going to trade for a quarterback that's that expensive. They're not going to give up that much to get a quarterback who will play for 7-8 weeks, maybe. They're not taking Wentz. The Steelers, possibly, if Ben decides he doesn't want to come back. But, I don't know. I think he's coming back. Who else is in that division? Oh, Cleveland. They don't need a quarterback. AFC, South? Titans don't need a quarterback. Texans don't need a quarterback. The Jags, quite possibly. But, hell, their draft pick's going to be so high, they're probably going to end up taking Justin Fields. So I don't think they're going to want Carson Wentz. The Colts could possibly want Carson Wentz. Phillip Rivers is getting old. He could possibly retire at the end of the season. Or the Colts could just decide they don't want him back next season. They could take him. AFC West, Raiders don't need a quarterback. Chiefs don't need a quarterback. I'm not sure I see Denver needing a quarterback. Do they need a quarterback? Probably. Would they take Wentz? I don't know. Maybe. Chargers have Herbert. They don't need him. NFC, the East, nobody in the East is going to take him. Saints have Breeze possibly and Taysom Hill. The Bucks, I think Brady's coming back another year. Matt Ryan. Teddy Bridgewater's not going anywhere. NFC North. Rodgers, Stafford, they're not going anywhere. Kirk Cousins isn't going anywhere. The Bears, I don't know what the hell the Bears are going to do. What am I missing? West? Russ, Kyler, Goff, Jimmy G. They're not going. None of those guys are going anywhere. You see what I'm saying? There are not any quarterback hungry teams going into next year. I can think of one, two, maybe three, not counting the Jets and the Jags, because I think they're taking Fields and Lawrence. I think maybe the Colts. Maybe the Bears, maybe the Broncos. Maybe the Patriots, maybe the Steelers. But I think Ben said he wants to come back another year. This is my point. They're not off. I don't see them offloading Wentz. So what do you do? I don't know. That was a long rant, by the way. I didn't mean for that to go that long, but I'm proving my point here. The game yesterday was outstanding. I mean, I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. It's a great game. Alex Singleton, man, holy hell, that guy is a stud linebacker, man. He has just been so good. Every single game, he's been outstanding. Our secondary took a huge hit yesterday. Slay hurt, McLeod hurt, Maddox hurt. I haven't heard timetables on any of those injuries, by the way, so I don't know what to see with that, but I mean, all around, it's good defensive performance, and you know what? The offense looked good. I'm mad that the offense took all the way up until goddamn now to look good for once. But the offense looked good. Do I start Hurts next week? Yeah, I think I do, honest to God. See if he's a one-game wonder. See if I don't think he is. Look, I think Jalen Hurts could be a really good quarterback. I've never knocked his ability, his talent. I just think the Eagles need to stick with Carson Wentz going into next year. I'm fine with sitting him for the rest of the year, honest to God, at this point. Save his body. Try and help him just mentally reset. But Carson Wentz, he's just not going anywhere, guys. It's not, unless they can find some miracle trade for him, they're not going to cut him. And I don't think they're going to sit him on the bench paying him that much money. So there you go. That's how that is in my book. I'm so upset. I'm happier than hell that we won that game, because my God, that was outstanding. I'm just mad that this is the first time the offense has looked any semblance of good since the first week of the season. And it's because it's Jalen Hurts' first game. Not a knock on Hurts. I don't get why this is. I don't get why this is what it takes. I don't know. I just don't understand. I don't know. The other thing I wanted to touch on in this game. This is another cap hit issue. Jake Elliott missed a 22-yard fucking field goal yesterday. 22 yards. I've never kicked a football in an actual, like, I've never played any kind of actual football. Like, never played it in school, never played it in college, never played any kind of organized football in my entire life. Now I've played pickup ball in friends' backyards and at parks, and I've done that stuff. But man, I'm thinking I can make a 22-yard field goal. 22 yards, man. I mean, if he's missing from like 50, I'm not gonna be happy about it. But okay, kickers miss like 22 yards, man. But again, it's cap hit problem. We're paying Jake Elliott an awful lot of money. Now, I understand why we gave him the contract extension. He had a freakishly good year. I mean, well, there was was it 61, 63? There was the long ass kick against the Giants to win that game. He had a super good year that year. So I can understand a contract extension. Now, it was a very long one. And therein lies part of the problem. I don't know. I don't see us cutting him either, because it'd be a pretty tremendous cap hit next year for a kicker. God, I just want him to start making kicks, man. Make the ones that you should make. Make the 22-yarders, man. Now, we ended up winning the game, so it's all fine and dandy. But if we lost that game by, say, 2 points, oh my God, man. They'd have burned his house. They'd have found out where he lived and burned it down. Man, just make the simple kicks, If you miss from 50-something, whatever. But, my God, man, make the 20-yarders. Jake Elliott. Speaking of people, before I go, I'll end on this note, because I think it's absolutely hysterical. So, on Twitter last night, I came across this thing. One of my biggest pet peeves in the sports world is when somebody who gets cut by a team goes on to then shit talk said team and talk about how much better than their other players they are. Orlando Scandrick, prime example. Nigel Bradham is another one. So Will Parks, who got cut 2 weeks ago at this point, I think. I liked Will Parks. I was very happy when they signed him. I thought it was a great move. Safety depth, or you could have played him in place of Mills if the whole Mills experiment wasn't working. And I was good with the Mills experiment. But if it wasn't working out halfway through the season, if he wasn't playing well, then you've got Will Parks. Now, the Eagles cut him. I guess they liked the Jalen Mills experiment. And obviously, Rodney McLeod is still really good. Hopefully, he's not hurt too bad, because we just cut Will Parks. So Will Parks said something on Instagram. I didn't see the actual post, but I did see some guy said something, and Will Parks replied and said something to the effect of, "You don't know me enough to love me. I'm super good, I'm very good," whatever he said. And then he said, "I'm better than both of the safeties on your team combined. Go ahead and say something." So I saw it, tweeted the picture, the screenshot that's been making the rounds, tagged Will Parks, added Will Parks, I don't know how that works on Twitter, and said, "All right, I'll say something." It's like, look, loved your signing, wish you could have stayed, but you running your mouth after getting cut makes your release a hell of a lot easier on me personally. Look, are you better than Jalen Mills? Yeah, I'll maybe give you that one. You're not better than Rodney McLeod. And I think I might have said something after that bit. But 2 minutes after I tweeted that, he tweeted something that said something to the effect of, stay out of my mentions, you're not going to get famous. It was something along those lines. It ended with, you're not going to get famous. And I was like, now, was that in relation directly to me? Probably not. I was probably, in regards, I'm sure there were a lot of people tweeting him that night. But it just so happened he just so happened to tweet it about 2 minutes after I tweeted my bit. So it was fun. Look, man, I'll take Rodney McLeod over Will Parks. Now, would I have liked to have kept Will Parks and started him at safety over Jalen Mills, maybe? Yeah, I would have. But, hey, man, when they run their mouth, it makes things easier. Makes it a lot easier. It's like when Orlando that's what I said after. So I said you're not better than Rodney McLeod. Maybe if you were, you wouldn't have gotten cut. It's the same thing I said about Orlando Scandrick when he starts talking shit. I'm like, bro, if the Eagles organization is so bad, if our corners are so bad, how are you not good enough to make this team? Stupid, man. I hate it when players do that. It's so annoying. But it's so funny to make fun of them for it. Because they do it to themselves. I said the same thing about Malcolm Jenkins. It always feels good to me beating ex-Eagles. Because, and look, I got nothing but love for Malcolm Jenkins. Nothing at all. Dude's outstanding. He was phenomenal for us. He's been good in New Orleans. He was good in New Orleans before coming to us. Malcolm Jenkins, an outstanding safety. One of the best. But he said some shit the other day, and it was mostly directed at Howie about the Eagles organization and how he didn't feel like they respected him and this and that and the other thing. And look, were those comments warranted? Probably yes. But still, like, I like beating ex-Eagles who talk shit, even if the shit is warranted or not. It still feels good to beat them and shut them up for a bit. Like I said, whether it was warranted or not, in this case, probably warranted, but still feels good. Same thing when we first traded Shady McCoy, and the first time we played the Bills, and I think Shady said something publicly to a bunch of his teammates. He was like, look, guys, I really need your help because we need to beat this team. And I think Philly, trounced the Bills by, something, at least by 2 touchdowns. And I was like, feels good, bro. Keep talking. So, yeah, I'm going to leave that there. Like I said, nothing but respect for Malcolm Jenkins. Nothing at all. It also felt good because I remember the other while back when Alvin Kamara said, if we'd, in 2017, if we'd met the Eagles in the playoffs, we'd have kicked their ass. Yeah, okay. So it always feels good to beat Alvin Kamara because he just annoys me at this point. That being said, this is over half an hour. I feel bad for anybody that actually watches this. But hey, if you do, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I'm going to go get back to work, and I'll post this when I get home. I will see you all. I'm shooting for, I don't know. Weekly picks I'll get to at some point. I will try my damnedest to get weekly picks out this week. I promise. So I will hopefully see you then, and if not, I should be back in the office this Friday. So I will also be doing out here Cardinals preview. Goodbye.